you is Dr. Logan Bannister and the TMEA Origin Jazz Band. You have eyeballs, you can read his bio, but just know that Dr. Bannister is new in town. He's our saxophone professor at Lamar University and also directs the Cardinal Jazz Orchestra. And we're super excited that he agreed to teach our wonderful students here this week and put together this really awesome concert. So thank you, Dr. Bannister. I want to thank all of the directors, parents, everyone, community members who support our students and what they love to do. And I'm talking too much, so without further ado, the Region 10 Jazz Band, TMEA Jazz Band, and Dr. Logan.
Well, good evening. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. How about a hand for the TMEA All Region 10 Jazz Band? That first tune we did is Rick Stitzel's arrangement of a great Dexter Gordon tune called Cheesecake. Whenever I do a group like this, I like to do something from the standard jazz repertoire. I think it's a great way to keep the legacy of this music alive. And Dexter, if you don't know, one of my favorite tenor players, a really terrific musician, and a fun way for us to kick things off tonight. You heard a great tenor saxophone solo there from Keith Watkins doing his best Dexter Gordon. So now we're going to move to a newer tune written just this year for the Jazz Education Network by Miami-based composer Michelle Fernandez called Blue Water Groovin. It's this fun, like Latin funk kind of thing. We've really enjoyed working on. Sort of trying to depict maybe what it would be like to be a fish swimming in blue water. So you're going to hear from a whole bunch of soloists on this one. We hope you enjoy Blue Water Groovin. I'm trying to catch all the soloists on that one. Eric Odom on baritone saxophone. And Watson on the lead alto saxophone. Tyler Smith on the guitar. Nathaniel Morton on trombone. Nathaniel Harris on the trumpet. Stephen Perez on the bass trombone. And Atticus McGallion on the drums. The next tune we're going to do is another newer composition from pianist and composer Ellen Rowe. Professor Rowe directs the Jazz Studies program at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. She's a world-class pianist, arranger, really great at pulling all kinds of color out of the group, and you're going to hear that on this tune of hers called Spirit Song. This is going to begin with this really lush, kind of symphonic-sounding opening section. You're going to hear things that might sound like a great concert band. Then we're going to swing really hard in the middle. There's going to be solo space for a whole bunch of people as well. And then at the end, we'll return back to that kind of symphonic sound as we close. So this is Ellen Rowe's Spirit Song. Solos on that one. Kara Lewis on the piano. Stephen Perez once again on the bass trombone. Tyler Smith on guitar. Caleb Smith on lead trumpet. Wayne Picklesheimer on trombone. And Josiah Gospel on bass. Rose Spirit song. Well, again, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Before we do the last tune, I want to thank several people for their work in making tonight happen. First and foremost, TMEA for putting on a great event like this. As a non-native Texan, I can say without bias that music education in Texas is really, really strong, and it's in large part because of things like the all-region and all-state process. So a big shout out to TMEA for this event. A huge, huge thanks. This does not happen at all without all of these students' wonderful band directors, the people who are working with them each day, who inspire them, who are great mentors and leaders for them. So students and everybody, how about a hand for all the band directors? A huge shout out to Kara Phillips and all the Viter folks for hosting us this week. They've been incredibly gracious. Yeah. Letting us keep the space, equipment, making copies. If we needed it, they supplied it. So a huge thanks to them. And then the biggest thanks of all goes to the students. I'm so incredibly proud of the work they've put in this week. Two very long rehearsals that they stayed focused during. They worked hard during. Their preparation was incredible. So it's been a real joy to work with them. How about one more hand for the TMEA all regions? Close with a tune of mine that I wrote for the group called Blues for Benny. I like to do a bassy style blues at every event like this as a way to get a lot more soloist features. So you're going to hear from like 2/3 of the band in this one. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. The title Blues for Benny refers to the great Benny Golson. If you don't know Benny Golson, a long career tenor saxophonist, arranger, composer who passed away this summer in his 90s. Had like an 8-decade long career. Was touring into his 90s. So this piece was kind of written in honor of him. Blues for Benny. You hear from a whole bunch of soloists. Once again, thank you for being here. We hope you enjoy Blues for Benny.
Thank you.